Welcome back, everybody, to the Business Resource Zone, your source for quality content to help your business start, scale, and sell. My name is John Vitale. I'm your host. Today I have with me Michael Hagan, the General Manager for St.Clair Square Mall and the South County Mall.
That's right.
Talking about business resources, and you're probably wondering, what does the mall have to do with that, right?
Hey, we've got it all.
I know. Michael, why don't you tell a little bit about your background? You know, where you came from. You worked with SCORE in Michigan, and
Yep. I've been managing malls for about a little over 15 years now, and through that time, it basically started up in Michigan, managing in Muskegon, Michigan, and then moved down here to the St. Louis area. I'm originally from the St. Louis area, so it's kind of coming back home.
Nice.
After many years. But yeah, I've been managing malls all that time, working with retailers. Prior to that, I was a retailer in a mall. I actually managed several Radio Shacks
Nice.
back in the day. So I've kind of been on both sides of the fence. So yep. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Well, you have a unique program here that I really want to talk about today to help small businesses either starting up or those in existence already, and maybe want to take advantage of some of that.
Sure.
Why don't you tell a little bit about what it's called and how it works?
Well, we view it more really as an incubator program.
Okay.
We refer to it internally as our specialty leasing program.
Specialty
And really what it is it's designed for local businesses or regional businesses to come in at a reduced rent structure and really gives us the flexibility to work with them as far as terms of rent, as far as rent amounts, and terms of the lease. So we can come in and we can do a deal for a day, we can do it for a week, we can do it for a weekend, we can do it for a month. We can do it up to a year at a time.
Okay.
And then after a year, we can do a renewal then and keep the person on that program, or can roll them into a permanent lease depending on how well things are going.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of foot traffic, let's maybe talk about that a little bit so they get
Sure.
an understanding of what the difference is between maybe St. Clair Square and here, and
Sure.
and so
Sure.
maybe some uniquenesses about like they have the Wing Fest over here, maybe what we have on this side of the river. They can take
Yep.
advantage of.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, each mall has different events, different things to draw in. And that's the advantage. Also, the advantage of launching your business and starting your
Mm-hmm.
business in a mall is that you've got all that built-in walker-through traffic, and you don't have to put as much money into advertising than you do in a standalone. At St. Clair Square, we have the Wing Fest. And we have some other events that we roll out throughout the year. Wingfest being the largest one.
How many? What foot traffic is Wing Fest?
Wingfest, I believe last year was running around 30,000 people.
30,000 over Labor Day weekend.
Over Labor Day weekend, yep. Here at South County, we have numerous carnivals that we have in the parking lot.
Okay.
We typically have about 3 carnivals a year. And those, foot traffic, I don't know that we've really judged. I mean, it pulls in a lot of people. A lot of people from the surrounding area. And we have a car show out in the parking lot. We have all different kinds of events to kind of drive people in and drive people to the mall.
And you're constantly looking for additional events.
Constantly looking for additional events, constantly looking for that pull. But that's kind of what we do. And then the businesses in the incubator program get to take advantage of that walker by traffic.
That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What type of annual foot traffic does maybe each mall have? Kind of give the audience an idea of that. I hear that malls are dead, right?
Yeah,
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, we hear that a lot. I mean, it's but it really couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, we see both malls are about the same, between 18 and 20 million 18 and 20 million people per year.
18 to 20 million people
18
a year.
to 20 million
Each
people
location.
per year. Each location.
Do you hear that, folks?
Yeah.
The malls aren't dead.
Yeah, you look at St. Clair Square. We had four new stores open within the past 4 months. We had H&M open last fall. We had new expanded Forever 21 open. We had Aerie open, and then we had Signature Tap House open.
Oh, yes.
So we've had four new places open in the mall within the past few months, and that's that's a sign of thriving, not the reverse.
Correct. I couldn't agree with you more. Talk about some success stories with, I know we had the one at the St. Clair Square with the SCORE and
Yes.
how that came in.
Yes.
What are you looking for when they come to you, and ultimately, how are you working with them?
Really, and what we really appreciate about SCORE is that that you're sitting down with the prospective business owners and kind of walking them through what's needed. What really we appreciate is having the prospect having a business plan, having gone through things and know startup costs and know what they need to plan for. We do see a big difference between the people coming in from SCORE and the people just walking in off the street. And one of those big differences is the people walking off the street don't realize the investment, and they think that hey, after the first month or two I can sit back and just let the money roll in, and in addition I can work work the first month, hire a staff, and then I don't have to work anymore. I had one guy, one gentleman tell me that he wanted to open his own business so that he could, for the first month, open it up and get his staff going, get a good manager, and then go off to Florida and sit on the beach and let the money roll in, let them do all the work.
If only that easy.
Right? You know what? If life worked that easy. That's kind of the big difference between what we see from SCORE and what we see walking in. SCORE, they're much more educated on the process, what it takes. And then we can kind of take that individual and help them launch their project and make it a reality. And sometimes they get in and they find out that hey, the reality of it is is more of a struggle than what they wanted, but they're happy to have had that experience. And I think we had that experience over in with a person over in St.Clair Square a year or so ago.
We did,
and they had a great concept. They ran it very well. But realized that the family commitment was just a little bit too much, and they hadn't thought about that before.
Yeah, it wasn't from the business side; it was more from the
Correct.
work-life balance side.
Correct. But luckily, the good story of that is that they didn't get into a long-term lease with another individual, with another entity. They instead, because of SCORE, came to the mall and were able to try out under a much shorter term lease agreement. Their concept, so that basically they came to this realization and were not finding themselves defaulting on a lease and legal troubles and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that made it much better.
You used to work with SCORE in Michigan,
absolutely,
as well, right?
Absolutely,
So you're familiar
yes.
with the concept
Yep.
and how they
Yep.
work.
Yeah.
So this is a great concept for not only the startups but existing businesses that maybe, hey, I want to take advantage of a second location or something during the busy times and expand my product or service.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, this is some really good information. Mike, I know they're going to have a lot of questions for you. How do they reach you?
You can get a hold of me. I have one number to get a hold of me at either location, and that's 618-589-7511. And that rings to actually both offices at the same time. So depending on, it doesn't matter which office I'm at, the phone will ring. So
nice.
Yep.
Well, appreciate your guidance and your feedback
absolutely.
and your expertise.
Appreciate everything that SCORE's done and that you've done. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Till next time, folks. We'll see you in the zone.